didn't just find a place to go to college. I found so much more than that.
I found friends. I found sports.
I found my passion.
I found family.
I found my calling. I found a place to call home. Discover what you can find at Marietta by visiting marietta.edu today.
Coming up today on NewsCenter 15, hero bus driver.
And $1 million supercars.
We'll have these stories and more. NewsCenter 15 starts right after this. Good afternoon and welcome to the special Thursday edition of NewsCenter 15. I'm Landon Santini.
And I'm Cooper Holmes.
Topping our news this afternoon, it's called Project Lifesaver and it's living up to its name. It's a radio tracking device inside a bracelet that helps police find people who've wandered off. For someone with a cognitive disorder like autism or dementia, it can truly save lives because they're more likely to walk off. So far, Project Lifesaver has helped out with more than 3,600 rescues across the country.
Nicole Chamberlain, a Wisconsin bus driver, came to the rescue of a 6-year-old boy and 2-year-old girl found wandering in the snow in 18-degree weather. The bus driver put both children into her bus for safety. The children's grandma arrived to the bus within minutes and explained to the police that while she was in the basement, the young boy went outside with his sister following him.
Well, it seems like a lovely weather outside for a bus drive, don't you think?
I do say so. Here's with a look at our weather is Anthony Herman.
Thanks, guys. So the current conditions today, it's not as cold as it has been, but so it feels like, well, the temperature is 42, but it feels like it's 36. Clouds will be rolling in, so it'll be cloudy, and the UV is low, air quality is good, and pollen is 3.3, low to medium. So that's the weather, and back to you guys at the desk.
That was very quick. Thank you so much for that, Anthony. In news across the pond, the British car company McLaren unveiled a new $1.7 million supercar called the Elva, modeled after the McLaren Elva race car of the mid-1960s. The car is an open-topped roadster that includes a windshield made from air. When the car gets up to speed, the air jets create a high-velocity sheet just in front of the driver and passenger. McLaren says it is only going to make 399 of them, with delivery starting sometime towards the end of next year.
E-cigarettes could be worse for your heart than a regular cigarette. The American Heart Association is presenting 2 new studies at its upcoming scientific sessions meeting. The key findings are that vaping has an unhealthy impact on heart disease factors, including glucose and cellulose levels. Researchers also say using e-cigarettes appears to decrease blood flow to the heart, more so than tobacco cigarettes. The CDC said it was aware of more than 2,000 cases of lung injury linked to vaping across 49 states, the CDC and U.S. Virgin Islands.
When WCMO returns, I hope you have your passports because we're taking a look at border issues of both Mexico and Canada.
And more updates on the situations in Brazil and Haiti.
We'll be right back after this.
I never chew tobacco.
I don't drink much.
Never smoked a cigarette in my life.
HPV. Isn't that about cervical cancer?
What does that have to do with oral cancer?
HPV? Didn't know that.
After burying some of the 9 American women and children slain in a cartel ambush, residents of this town of about 300 are left to come to grips with the fear the attacks inspired among the tightly knit community. While the sibling community of Colonia Liberon has been peaceful since the 2009 murder of one of its members and subsequent installation of a security base, La Mora lacks such a presence, at least until Monday's killings prompted state and federal forces to deploy in the town. How long they will stay could be crucial to its future.
Lawyers for Brazil's former president, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, have begun legal proceedings requesting his release from prison. Da Silva's defense team filed the request Friday in a court in Curitiba, where the former leader has been detained since April of 2018, after being convicted of corruption. The move follows a Supreme Court decision later Thursday that a person can be imprisoned only after the appeals to higher courts have been exhausted. Da Silva is appealing the case that put him behind bars. This case is related to an alleged purchase of a beachfront apartment in Sao Paulo State. Da Silva, who governed from 2003 to 2010, says the case against him was politically motivated. He was unable to run in the 2018 presidential election because of his conviction.
A legal case being heard in Toronto this week could put an end to a ritual that has played out tens of thousands of times over the last 3 years in a once sleepy farming neighborhood in upstate New York. The spot of the Canadian border is an unlikely destination for people from across the world who are taking an advantage of an agreement that mirrors a policy that the Trump administration is using at the U.S.-Mexico border as an immigration enforcement tool. The legal challenge looks to make it easier for migrants to seek asylum in the U.S. The case argues that the United States immigration system is not a safe place for asylum seekers right now.
Thousands of Haitians with problems including diabetes and bullet injuries are hoping to be treated aboard the USNS Comfort, which docked in Port-au-Prince this week for its last stop of a 5-month medical mission. The visit of this U.S. Navy hospital ship comes as violent demonstrations and street barricades have led several hospitals across the country to run out of medical supplies. Some have temporarily closed as protesters keep demanding the president's resignation. Among those waiting to be seen on Friday was Mia Alfred, whose 3-month-old daughter has hypothermia. The two live in the town of Jamal and have been traveling since 4 a.m. More than 900 personnel were providing care aboard the ship and at Haitian Coast Guard base.
Coming up next, plane crashes, sinkholes, and new Facebook regulations.
We'll also get the latest news from Hollywood.
And what we can expect for our weather. I'll be with a look for the extended forecast. Stay with us.
Where are we?
We are at Marietta College.
This is where we live, at Marietta College.
The makers of a South African gin infused with, of all things, elephant dung swear their use of the animal's excrement is no gimmick. The creators of In La Vue, Les and Paul Lansley, stumbled across the idea about a year ago after learning that elephants eat a wide variety of fruits and flowers and yet digest less than a third of it. The droppings are processed until only the remains of fruits, flowers, leaves, and bark eaten by the elephants are left behind, which are sterilized and dried to later be infused in the gin. They describe the gin's flavor as lovely, woody, almost spicy, earthy, and one that changes subtly with the seasons and location.
On Wednesday, the Walt Disney Company said its new streaming service, Disney Plus, reached 10 million signups since launching the previous day from the extraordinary consumer demand, sending shares up 3.5%. Although Disney's Day 1 numbers were more than 3 times the size of some forecasts, it is not immediately clear how many of these new customers were from free promotions, such as the free 1-year subscription offer made to new and existing Verizon Unlimited wireless customers.
A South Carolina man who went to a McDonald's for a sweet tea received more than he bargained for. Parrish Brown went to a McDonald's in Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, and asked for a sweet tea with light ice and extra lemon. Brown believes extra lemon was code for marijuana, since he found about 3 bags of weed in his cup. He says he only realized it once he was, quote, high as a kite. A representative from McDonald's said the company is fully cooperating with law enforcement on the validity of this claim. Wow. Turning to Tinseltown, we've got a double dose of award season news and an update on the latest films set to crack the $1 billion mark.
And also an update on the latest film and more.
Joker isn't just making tons of money, it's the most profitable comic book movie ever. The Killer Clown's original story has earned close to $1 billion worldwide, more than 15 times what it costs to make, and it's on course to become the cheapest billion-dollar movie of all time. Robert De Niro has been a member of the Screen Actors Guild for more than half a century. Now the union is giving him highest honor. The Oscar-winning actor is the latest recipient of the SAG Life Achievement Award. De Niro is set to be honored at the 26th Screen Actors Guild Awards, January 19th in Los Angeles. He's back. Ricky Gervais is bringing his biting humor back to the Golden Globes. The comedian is returning to host the award show for the 5th, and he says in a statement, the very last time, buckle your seatbelts when Gervais takes stage on the 77th Annual Golden Globe Awards. January 5th in Beverly Hills. In Hollywood, I'm Bella Lopez.
Thank you so much, Bella. Now we'll be heading back to take a look at the 5-day forecast.
What's the weather look like out there, Anthony?
Thanks, guys. So, as you can see, over the whole country, not very much any precipitation or anything moving in towards us, because we are just about right over here. Nothing moving in. Now, in the southern part of the country, definitely in the Gulf Coast and off of Houston, Texas, got some heavy rain and coming in over there. And then as we get in closer, see Parkersburg, we're just right around here. Nothing really, so dryness is definitely coming around. Clouds will be rolling in, but no precipitation. And then Marietta right here, yet again, still nothing. So don't really need your rain jackets, but you will need your coats to stay warm. So to the 5-day forecast, you'll notice that the temperatures will get higher, but not super high. So on Friday, you have a high 45 with a low 27, partial sunshine, so the clouds start rolling in. And then on the Saturday, you have a high 44, low 23, partly cloudy. Sunday, you have a high of Sunday high 49, low 30, mostly cloudy. Like I said, more clouds will be rolling in, covering up the sun. Onto Monday, you have a high of 50, low 32, mostly cloudy. So the clouds are sticking around. It's definitely going to bring a little bit of a wind chill with it too. Tuesday, high 48, low with no low and cloudy. And Wednesday, and that's it for the 5-day forecast. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you so much for that, Anthony. With the higher temperatures we're going to be having over the next couple of days, you can't help but wonder if maybe Mother Nature went to McDonald's recently. Okay, when we come back, we'll have a look at the wide world of sports.
We'll see you in a few.
I think it goes around.
Come on, buddy.
I'm here for you. Oh, it's gonna be great. Look, look. Why is it so hard?
Let's go. We gotta get you a practice.
I read it. Look, and it's set.
Where are we?
We are at Marietta College.
This is where we live at Marietta College.
Cancer may be tough, but we are tougher. We are the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Our game-changing research has led to the belief that the cures for cancer are in our blood. We are the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Beating cancer is in our blood.
And now we're back with Andrew Konvich for a look at the wide world of sports.
It seems that there's some exciting news that's going to happen pretty soon at the Marietta College Athletics Department.
Yeah, quite a lot going on at Marietta College as well in terms of soccer and football and women's basketball.
It's true.
What do you have for us to start off with, Andrew?
Well, we got a couple pretty good stories about that. You know, it's a lot going on in the world of college sports and professional sports. For example, Major League Baseball is investigating accusations that the Houston Astros cheated to win the World Series in 2017. A report in The Athletic says the Astros used a camera in center field to steal signs opposing catchers gave to pitchers. The feed was allegedly transmitted to the dugout where someone would bang a trash can to relay the information to the batter. The report says former Astros pitcher Mike Fiers confirmed the scheme. The Astros organization says it is cooperating with Major League Baseball's investigation. Under Major League rules, players and coaches can use their eyes to steal signs, but the use of electronics is forbidden. Marietta College will induct the 37th class of Pioneers Greats into the Athletic Hall of Fame as part of the annual winter weekend festivities slated for February 7th to the 9th, 2020. The class of 2020 inductees includes All-American baseball player Doug Huffman, 1992, All-OAC football player Alan Verasso, 1996, All-Region softball player Jen Tinkler, 1997, two-sport All-OAC tennis and basketball player Amanda Carraher, 2009, and All-American baseball player Mike Eisenberg, 2009 as well. The Hall of Fame ceremony begins at 7 p.m. Saturday, February 8th in the Dyson Botto Recreation Center. The Pioneer men's and women's basketball teams will also be in action against OAC rival Ohio Northern University. The women play at 1 p.m., followed by the men's game at 3 p.m. A pair of Marietta College men's soccer players were named to the Ohio Athletic Conference All-Tournament team. Seniors Luke Maher and Sebastian Zah represent the Pioneers on the All-Tournament team. Marietta, the number 6 seed, upset number 3 seed Ohio Northern on the road in the quarterfinals by the score of 2-0. Marietta scored the game-winning goal in the 13th minute off an assist from Giovanni Audino. The Pioneers fell to the top-seeded and number 7 nationally ranked John Carroll in the semifinals by the score of 1-0. The Pioneers finished the season with a 10-9-1 overall record. Marietta went 4-4-1 in the OAC to earn its 6th straight appearance in the conference tournament. And finally, the Marietta College women's basketball team will look to build upon the 2018-2019 season that saw them finish in the semifinals of the Ohio Athletic Conference Tournament. Coley Vivian will be at the helm of his 4th season during the 2019-2020 season. Marietta opens the season on the road on Friday as they play Trine University at the Trine Shine Tournament. Then the Pioneers will play their home opener on Wednesday as they host Washington and Jefferson at 7 p.m. That's all I got for you here in the world of sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you so much, Andrew. And now we're back here with Anthony for one last look at the weather. So it looks like over the next several days, the temperatures we're going to be getting a little bit of a warm front.
Yeah, temperature's going to be going up. Not a ton, but a little bit. No rain, so no need for the rain jackets, but definitely something to keep over yourself to keep you a little bit warm. But yeah, temperatures will be rising, so definitely will stay cold in the mornings, though. So.
Well, that's definitely a good thing.
Yeah.
Something else that it sounds like it's a good thing, I'm not totally sure, but you mentioned something about how the NFL officials is going to be coming to a Marietta College football game this weekend or something? What was that about?
Yeah, so the football team's playing first-ranked Mount Union, and they have a receiver who's gaining NFL attention. So a couple teams like the Los Angeles Chargers will be coming to check out the kid, and a couple of our players too.
Well, that sounds like it could be a very exciting day for all involved.
Yeah, it'll be cool, yeah, for sure.
So everyone's going to be nice. It's the warmth of that is an energy going on that's going to keep everyone warm, hopefully. And speaking of keeping warm, we hope you do so. And thank you so much for joining us for Thursday's edition of WCMO NewsCenter 15. Be sure to check us out all next week on Tuesday and Thursday right here on Channel 15 at noon 30 and 6:30. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend, everyone.